Most buyers looking for products or services now ask AI for options first. This video is about how you make sure your brand is recommended when your target audience asks AI for advice. Hi, I'm Oliver. I'm the co-founder and CMO at HeyAmos. I've spent the last decade in marketing across fintech and AI, and before that, I was at the Business Insider. In this video, I'll cover what GEO is, how it's different from SEO, and 5 tools worth looking at. One of them is ours, but we'll treat it as any other tool in the comparison, including what it does less well and what our competitors are doing well. Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, is the art of getting your brand named and cited inside AI answers. Some people also call it AEO or AI visibility. It's generally the same thing. So a little theory first. What happens when you prompt an LLM like ChatGPT? Before you get the answer, it actually goes out and searches for a lot of information. These are called fan-out queries. During that process, it picks 10 to 15 sources usually that it reads, extracts information from, thinks about, and then uses to present an answer. And this is really important because this is for to understand why the answers look like they do. So if your competitor is named more, it's probably because they are named in more sources and talked about in a better way in the sources that AI trusts. And B, if you want to influence or change the answers, you have to work with the sources. Your website has to become a top source, and other third-party sources have to mention your brand in a good and consistent way. If they do, you will be part of more AI answers. And this is where it's actually very different from SEO. So when LLMs go out and look for information, they don't just pick whatever ranks high traditionally on Google. They pick the most relevant result and the one that's structured for AI and that's credible. That can be hidden, somewhere down the line on page 3. SEO is very formulaic. You have a keyword, you optimize for that keyword, you try to rank, and then you try to win those clicks and you have the traffic and then you funnel it down. GEO is a fight for a mention inside an AI answer. And typically it doesn't result in a click. It's more like if someone watches an ad for your brand on TV, they hear about you. And then when they go and buy, they pick your brand. SEO, you could actually kind of hack or engineer with keyword optimized pages, backlinks, technical fixes, things like that. GEO LLMs are a lot harder to fool with things like that. So it really is all about building a consistent and believable story about your brand across all the surfaces that AI reads from. Now, let's look at some of the tools out there that can actually help you get going with this. First up, let's look at the Semrush AI Visibility Toolkit. If you're already running SEO inside Semrush, it's a good place to start. It puts AI visibility inside a workflow that you already know. It plugs it onto your classic SEO workflow. They give you a number of data points like your AI visibility score. You can do competitor research to see how AI positions your competitors against you. There's a prompt research tool where you can see volume and intent. And you can also track metrics like voice and sentiment with their brand performance. And then you can track prompts with their prompt tracking tool. Semrush is built for layering AI visibility onto SEO. If you're really looking to go deep into AI search, run it as its own program with clear actions to take and really understand what those actions led to. Most teams actually end up shifting to a more dedicated GEO platform for that. So to sum it up, we think Semrush is best suited for SEO teams that are already using Semrush. Now let's move on to Profound, which is a dedicated GEO tool, one of the best funded players in this space. Comes out of US. They do broad multi-engine tracking. I think probably the most advanced analytical product out there for AI search, with features like agent analytics showing how AI crawlers are arriving on your site, how they're behaving on top of answer engine insights. They also have some prompt volumes. They have some shopping coverage features, but it's generally quite like a heavy piece of machinery to operate. It can be a bit complicated if you're new to things, and it's, I think, mostly intended for enterprise teams who have someone who can operate Profound, interpret the data, and build an execution plan on top of that. So with that in mind, we think it's best suited for large brands and enterprises with a big in-house team who want to plan and strategize and run things themselves. Third, let's move on to HeyAmos. HeyAmos measures where you appear across all major LLMs like ChatGPT, AI Overview, AI Mode, Gemini, Claude, and more. But the next thing that does is it every week tells you the top actions to take, helps to draft the content to close those gaps, and then gives you the impact, analyzes the impact of those actions, and then the next set of actions draws from that. So it becomes a self-improving system that runs on a loop. So the whole idea is to help run this for us. There's all kinds of agentic systems that make this almost an autopilot for you. You can plug it into your CMS, your Google Analytics, your Search Console, your Bing Webmaster. Every plan also includes an MCP server, so you can plug HeyAmos into Claude or let your agents run HeyAmos for you. And prompts can be tracked in any language and any geography. And you can mix them even inside one workspace. We think that HeyAmos is for teams that want something intuitive that actually solves the problem for them, not just diagnoses it. Fourth, let's move on to Peec AI. It's a straightforward and well-designed AI search analytics tools. It tracks metrics like visibility, sentiment, position. Visibility is the share of chats where your brand is mentioned. Position is where you land inside the answer. And sentiment is how AI talks about you. It also comes with a good sources view to give you a good sense of what sources AI is pulling information from and how. There's a Looker Studio connection to build custom reports. They also have an MCP server. We'd say that Peec is quite analytics focused, so it suits teams comfortable with coming up with their own strategy and actions to run based off that. Good for marketing and SEO teams who want a straightforward tool for tracking AI visibility trends over time. Fifth, let's talk about Writesonic. It started out as an AI copywriting tool a number of years ago, and since then has added SEO and GEO features to the stack. I'd say that their emphasis is still on content generation, but now with AI search tracking on top, it tracks around 10 LLMs across more than 50 markets and languages. One important thing to note is that their action center is only available on an enterprise level. So for teams that want a platform that actually helps solve the problem in terms of GEO, this will likely get quite expensive. All in all, we think Writesonic is best for content teams that are looking to produce a lot of content at volume. So how should you choose? If you're already in Semrush, makes sense to start there. If you want an advanced enterprise tool and you have a large in-house team, Profound might be a good choice. If you want an action-first growth platform for AI search, HeyAmos is a good bet. If you want a clean and user-friendly analytics platform, use Peec. If you're a content team looking to publish a lot of content at volume, Writesonic can be a good option. I'd say the key thing to win AI search is to start, take action and learn from it. Run this on a weekly loop and it will start compounding quickly. I am Oliver. Thank you for watching and see you soon.